Welcome to Dr. Now's 3D Team Assist, Turbo Cycler, and Virtual Property Landlord Strategy. It's actually a two-for-one network business opportunity. Earlier you saw the Turbo Cycler opportunity, the comp plan, and now we're going to show you and reveal our Turbo Cycler Virtual Property Landlord Strategy, which has been put together uh, over the last couple of weeks, and we finally have the final PowerPoint ready for you to actually watch. So let's get started. As you know, in Turbo Cycler there is a 1x2 matrix, and as you can see right here, there is a U, meaning me is you, on top of your matrix, and below there's two more matrices, which is your adoptees first and second matrix. So when you're looking at the matrix above, that is basically your start. You just come into Turbo Cycler. And by coming into Turbo Cycler, you also received a position in virtual property as a landlord and as a renter at a 250 level 2 tower. Now, the key here is very simply this, and it's a very easy, simple thing to do. You need to get two people below you, and there's several ways that you can do that. Number one, you have spillover. Number two, you can go out and sell the products to yourself personally and get two people in, or you can belong to the co-op for the leads and a call center to bring you these two new Turbo Cycler and virtual property members. Now, as far as the call center is concerned, we actually are revising and finalizing, and we're coming up with some great new ideas, which is going to be revealed probably after the weekend. And the basic principle of the call center is they will provide you with two members under you. Now, then, as you can see, once you have those two members, there you see the ADP1, that's your adoptee. Your first one is on your pay line, because on the bottom four positions, 3, 4, 5, and 6, there is $800 that is paid directly to you, member to member. You will receive that $200 from the member. So you get a total of $800, 200 of which you will then spend and adopt a new person. It could be a person from Mexico, from Africa, India. We have several groups. I'm the one that's controlling the people from Mexico, and we have at least 200, if not more, that will be available if necessary. Then position number, the number 4 and 5 positions on the bottom will be your profit. You'll have $400 in profit. And the 6th position is $200 that you will use to go into your second matrix. Now, if you look below on the left, you see the first matrix of your adoptee. And again, there is going to be 6 people under there. And the position number 1 and 2, and I will show you that in a minute, will be also provided by you with help from either the team spill, or you purchase, you bring a couple of people in that actually purchase the program, and or with the call center. And on the right hand side, you see the second matrix of your adoptee. And as you can see, there is going to be 2 new adoptees underneath this adoptee. In other words, they'll be put through the adoptees link. So let's, and then as you can see also, there is $800 always available in underneath at 3, 4, 5, and 6. There always is going to be the 4 position on the bottom will be your $800, or the adoptee's $800 profit or money to work with. With the adoptees' money, naturally, we work with that money. We are not going to give them that money till later on. The whole idea is that we are creating a system for people that live in poor countries that cannot afford anything. We control and reinvest their money until such point in time there is that we have done what we need to do, and then it will be turned over to them, and that's going to be some wonderful, beautiful Mexican vacation somewhere around Christmas, I believe, where we're going to have pictures and videos and parties and a good time to be had by all. So I'm looking forward to that very much, and I know it's going to happen because it cannot be stopped. So here is the adoptee's first matrix and virtual properties spreadsheet. Virtual property, as you know, we've given you that information earlier in this presentation, is where you become a landlord and you have renters that will pay you rent, and there is 4 different towers. Level 1 tower is 50, level 2 is 250, level 3 is 500, and level 4 is 1000. It's very unique, it's incredibly exciting, the virtual world. Now I would like to show you what our virtual property spreadsheet looks like, and then you will understand what I've done here on the left hand side. If I open up right now the virtual property spreadsheet, as you can see, here it is. There's different colors. Okay, and there you see the towers, the $50 rent, the $250 rent, and the 500 and the 1000. And then you see the colors. Yellow means it is a $500 tower level. We haven't got a color for the $1000 rent yet because nobody has got there yet. The orange, sort of orange, is the 250 tower, and the green or light green, either one of them, is the $50 tower. That means if there is 5 people next to you in a $50 tower, they owe you $250. If you look at line 6, there is 5 people that are orange. That means actually Sherry will get $250 from each of those members. So that's what a spreadsheet looks like. There's always column E where you're going to see yourself, and there's column F, G, H, I, J, and so on for the 2 floors that will show you which are your renters. So let's go back to the presentation and show you what we've done. So here on the left hand side you can see virtual property spreadsheet. The landlord, which is me in yellow, and next to it you have 2 adoptees, number 1 and a duplicate number 1. And how did those get there? Well, out of the first matrix, which is here on the right hand side, you see there is 4 positions on the bottom. That's $800 profit coming to the adoptee number 1, which is yours, the one that you have adopted, and you have marked as paid and paid the $39.95 to activate that account. So in the first matrix, the 800 are distributed as follows. 200 is going to be taken because giving you a duplicate of the adoptee number 1 from Payline to yourself, and that's, you can see that next to you in the virtual property spreadsheet. And $400, and I'm sorry, I misspoke here. Let me back up 1 minute. The 200 duplicate of the adoptee 1 from Payline to me means you'll get an extra Mexican, your second Mexican, that will then repeat this whole process that we're going through now. Okay, I have to correct myself. As I said before, as I said just now, it is a 200 duplicate of an adoptee 1 from Payline to me. That is another Mexican, Mexican or African or whatever, is going to be giving you the same cycle, the same cycles and the same procedure that we're going through now. Because all we're doing now here today is looking at what happens with the money from the ADP 1, which is the adoptee number 1, the first one that you brought in. Okay? So then the $400 that the adoptee gets out of the 800 goes to 2 new paid-in adoptee team members. So in other words, he will bring 2 members in, and that's on the left-hand side. You see on this virtual property spreadsheet, ADP 1 and ADP duplicate 1. And then as you go, when we go to the next slide, I think we'll explain that a little more in detail. Here we go. This is your next slide. This is actually your second matrix of your adoptee 1. And as you can see now, Here, and there is adoptee number 2 and adoptee number 3 in red under adoptee 1. That basically meant that these two people were taken with the $400 that they got, the adoptee on the first matrix, and has put it through the adoptee number 1 link. Now when they drop here, the money flows up because it's the first two will go to above you, and it is not you necessarily, because it could be anybody that out of your downline, and someone will benefit without doing a single solitary thing and will make $400 profit. Now on this second matrix, again, there's $800 in the bottom 4 positions, as you can see. So the first $200, there will be another duplicate of adoptee number 1 from Payline to you. $100 will go to a construction of 2 towers in the virtual profit, because there is a $50 construction for the 50 tower and a $50 construction for the 250 tower. There's going to be a $20 fee for the co-op for leads and $25 for the call center. So as you can see, this adoptee will pay for that to be able to give us more money to do the call center and so on. And at the same time, there's also going to be a $25 VP promo site set up for your adoptee. And then the $200 is for the third matrix. And then there is $200 left over in this $800, because we have $200 to give you another duplicate in VP and in Turbo. And the next 200 is spent of 100 construction and these little fees, and then the 200 left over is held towards the virtual property rent that needs to be paid on a residual basis starting 30 days from today. So let's go to the next slide now. Here is the third matrix of your adoptee number 1, the one that you brought in. But we're still talking about the same person, the one you have brought in, your first one. And all this growth is now generated by this first adoptee of yours. Now in his third matrix, he has again $800 below him. And the third matrix gets filled from follow me, coming from the first to the second, and it's just the people, everybody as everyone does the same thing, as everyone duplicates. If everybody that comes under you, the 4 people you bring in, 2 for yourself and 2 for your adoptee, those 4, that's all you need to do. Find 4. They will duplicate exactly what you're doing, and it can't be stopped. And we will help. We will be there to help everybody and train them on how to do this. And we also help in creating people and co-op and call centers and everything. Everything is in place. We even have a team which is incredible, doing with all the spreadsheets, and everything you see here has been done for you. So in this adoptee third matrix, you have 400, which gives you 2 duplicates of the adoptee from Payline to yourself. So that means now in the third matrix, just in the third matrix, you already have on the virtual property spreadsheet 5 adoptees that will pay you 30 days from now $300 residually every single month. That's $1,500, and you pay your landlord $300. You basically have a profit of $1,200 per month, which gives you enough to upgrade to the $500 level and so on and so forth. I mean, those of you that are in it know how exciting that is. And then the adoptee still has, from the last matrix, in the second one, 2 people under him on the renter's line. So the adoptee already is in profit because he gets $600, and he has to pay you, the landlord, $300. So already it is in profit. In other words, the money is there for you to get paid. And you have your 5 renters now on the after the third matrix from your adoptee. Now let's watch what happens next. This is the fourth matrix and the virtual property spreadsheet growth. In the fourth matrix, again, your adoptee, number one, same person, gets $800 on the bottom as he fills from spill and from follow me and so on. So again, in this now, he will take $400 for 2 referrals for the adoptee 1 turbocycler 2-for-1. So in other words, he will now get 2 referrals himself through his link. That means he will now have 4 adoptees on the renter's line in the virtual property. And then there will be $100 towards the rent. That means that finishes up the $300. So now the rent in the fourth matrix for you, the landlord, is there, ready to go to your landing page and sign up through your pay buttons that we've created and your subscription you've created, so that automatically every month you don't have to chase anybody. The money will come to you. There is also $20 for co-op, $25 for call center, and the VP promo sites that need to be built for these for people, and $200 for the fifth matrix. Now let's go to the fifth matrix. Again, the fifth matrix is paid out of the $800 from the fourth matrix. So it all comes out of profit. And here we're finishing up the 5 people for your adoptee. We're still in the your adoptee, same person. All you've done is brought in 4 people, 2 for yourself and 2 for him, and you purchased and you actually adopted him, the adoptee, on your pay line. So you were able to mark him as paid. So now there's $800 here in the fifth matrix from your adoptee, $200 for 2 referrals for April for the adoptee. So that gives the adoptee now 5 people. So now, as you can see, the total of 5 new renters for the adoptee number 1 in virtual properties and on our spreadsheet. So if you look on the left, what do you see? You see yourself with 5, and you see your adoptee with 5. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that what we want? But it doesn't stop here. There is $300 to be held, profit to the adoptee to be member to be held for the adoptees matrix 6, which is going to be a 500 upgrade to the next level in this matrix. There's also, again, we're going to take some money away here for those little fees, and then $200 is going to be for the 6th matrix, because you're also going to the next matrix. You always are going to a new $200 matrix. So now, the next thing that happens is your adoptee 6th matrix. That is when they finally get their money turned over to them at this point. They have made money up to this point, but we basically have worked with their money up to this. I can foresee this happening within 6 months very easily. Very easily for everybody. As long as you all duplicate what we're doing. I mean, the fastest way to do it, bring 4 people in, 2 for you and 2 for your adoptee 1. If you can't do it yourself, then do call center or wait for spill. There's many ways, but you're gonna need only 4 people. Think about that, 4. Now in the 6th matrix, you have $800 again off the adoptee, $200 for upgrade to the 500 matrix. We saved $300 from the 5th matrix, so that's now finishing the upgrade money. $200 for re-entry into a $200 matrix. And finally now, there was one more thing he had to do, because you adopted him, you've marked him paid. He's now going to pay you back the $200 you have marked him for in the original adoption. So you are now getting full circle, you get your money back. And then $200 left over is the first real profit for your adoptee. Next, the following thing will happen now. You are now a landlord baron. Not just a landlord, you're a landlord baron, because you have all 5 adoptees will duplicate the above system, and you will end up with 25 adoptee renters. 25, because you got 5 that will then give you 5. So that's a total of 25. And it cannot be stopped, because everybody will duplicate. They will be giving you $1,800 each per month. So if you do the numbers, that's $45,000 per month, ladies and gentlemen, minus $1,800 to your landlord. I don't know about you, but I'm smiling. Net profit per month, $43,200. But what I like, as much as I like that, and by the way, that is for one adoptee. What if you had two? What if you had three? I don't even want to go there, but just you do the numbers. Now, let's look what's happening to your adoptees. In other words, these Mexicans or Africans or Indians that cannot afford, because they make $20 a day, they are now, certainly out of nowhere, are going to be a landlord. Not like you, a baron, but a landlord. Meaning they have they have a total, all 25 will have 5 renters each. All 25 adoptees will have 5 renters each. That means the actual adoptees have $1,800 per person times 5, which is $9,000 per month, less their $1,800 rent they owe you. That gives them a $7,200 per month residual income for life. And in those countries, they can live like kings with that kind of money. And don't forget, I don't even touch the money that they still continually will be making in TurboCycler. That is an addition to. And that's the same for you. There's an addition to. All these numbers we're talking about in virtual profit is separate from TurboCycler, and that continues. So it is definitely an incredible, wonderful future to look forward to. So here is your road to success and financial freedom. All of this was created by you joining TurboCycler and bringing in 2 paying members under you. That's the first thing you did. Then you adopted 1 TurboCycler member from your 3rd position on the first position on your pay line, and then placing 2 paying members under that adoptee. So you brought in really 4 people. That's it. 4. That's all. Think about that for a minute. That's all you did. And everything else is then, all future growth is produced out of profit from your adoptee's pay line and by duplicating your effort using the system above. The team assist, admin staff, and closers, naturally, myself, Sherry, Laurie, we're all there, and some others that we will train, always there to help on your road to success. We will help to bring you in the people, we'll help to close you the people, and we really only need you to come to the webinars, support us, communicate with your adoptees and their adoptees and so on. Make it a fun thing for everyone, and you will have fun and you will laughing all the way to the bank. So to finish off, this is the first day of the rest of your life. So do yourself and do me a favor, and let's get started now. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.